A lot of work on Jeremy Mayfield's car. What a heartbreaker there. Under caution at Rockingham. All of those skid marks there are as a result of this multi-car accident. Let's take a look from the in-car cameras. Ricky Craven's view of it all. And this will show us what starts.
This has to show the whole thing. Parked on the outside. Ernie made contact right there. Into the wall on the outside goes both cars.
That was a great view of what transpired. Now from Mark Martin's angle. And another view from Jerry Nadeau. Down it. Now watch Bobby Labonte's car here. We'll ride with him. Oh, at the disposable Wick Spilton.
You could feel that one coming.
Man, and he had no chance whatsoever. There's Bill Elliott. He's having a good day. He's running in 6th with the new crew chief, Joe Garone, and our friends at Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning, bring us a look at Joe Garone, the new crew chief for Bill Elliott. It's hosted by Glenn Jarrett.
Bill Elliott is one of the most successful drivers on the Winston Cup circuit. For 1998, Bill promoted Joe Garone to the crew chief position while moving Mike Beam to chief operating officer of Bill Elliott Racing.
Everybody's role has pretty much changed. Mike is still heavily involved with the race team and still probably does equally as much as he did at this point. But Joe come on board. Joe's a good guy. Came from Rick Corelli, the Truck Series. Has done an excellent job motivating, putting people in place. And basically just to help take some of the load off Mike and everything else we're trying to do.
I hated leaving Rick. Rick and I had a great relationship and still do to this day and always will. But it was time to move on. I really needed to learn more, and Mike and I had developed a relationship over the years. You know, you lean on each other and get support from each other, and that's how the situation works. I mean, we all work together as a team, and it works really well.
On the lead lap, Jeff Gordon is the race leader. Rusty Wallace runs in 2nd. Jeff Bodine 3rd. Mark Martin 4th. Mr. Excitement Jimmy Spencer is 5th. Bill Elliott is 6th. Rick Mast continues on in 7th. Ahead of Dale Jarrett 8th. Terry Labonte 9th. Ricky Craven is 10th. That's your top 10 right now as we work our way down towards the final few laps here at the North Carolina Motor Speedway in Rockingham.
The one advantage right now that 24 car has over the entire field is he has open racetrack to run. The rest of them are having to contend with heavy traffic back in the pack. So Gordon right now is running the racetrack. Everybody else is running competition.
He's a two-time winner here. Won this race last spring. Rusty Wallace running behind him. 5 times he's won here. Jeff Bodine in 3rd spot. This is his 33rd try at Rockingham. Never won. He's been 2nd.
Eli, this is what I'm talking about. You see, right now, Dale Jarrett probably has as good a car as anybody out here, but he's hung up in this traffic and this fight to get back to the front right now, and really having a time of it.
Riding with Ricky Craven in 9th.
That's what they call close competition. Like one more layer of paint that doesn't fit anymore.
You're talking about Jeff Gordon. If he can win this race, he would join Rusty Wallace, Kyle Petty, and Richard Petty as winners of consecutive Goodwrench races here at Rockingham.
Looking awful good right now.
Lap 378, just 15 to go.
What a job his crew has done today of turning a car that wasn't fast into the leader. Seemed like every time Gordon went on pit road, every time he had a chance to have that crew lay their hands on it, it just got faster and faster.
Ray Evernham looks on. Crew chief, coach, best friend of Jeff Gordon.
A pretty darn good crew chief.
Mark Martin is making a run back to the front, guys. He's moving in on Bodine. You see Bodine up there in the 7 car just in front as he come off turn 4 right now. Mark Martin is driving this racetrack. He's using every inch of it to get maximum speed out of his car, but right behind him is Jimmy Spencer.
And Mark Martin sure knows how to win here. 9 times in Busch Grand National racing. He's a Winston Cup winner here as well.
But his last top 5 here at Rockingham was back in 1995. That's for 7th place on your screen. Terry Labonte in the 5 has the inside against Dale Jarrett. That's for 7th. Craven right behind them there. We're riding with Ricky now. He's in 9th. Bobby Hamilton's 10th, Rick Mast 11th, Ward Burton is 12th, John Andretti is in 13th. Those 13 teams on the lead lap. If you're wondering if Jeremy Mayfield, he's being shown in 14th spot now.
That was an interesting shot.
Yeah.
You can see that Ricky Craven was turning 8,500 down the front straightaway by the tachometer there.
Wow. Craven with that vibration earlier in the day, some out-of-sequence pit stops, and after having looked so good at the very beginning, running into mechanical problems, he has fought his way back. Boy, it almost looked like he hit the wall right there coming out of the corner. Fought himself back to the top 10th position he's in now. He's running in 9th spot.
Meanwhile, 3rd place, a great battle. 3 wide, Spencer inside. Bodine in the middle, Mark Martin to the outside.
Martin has a good run off the corner. Should be able to close Bodine out coming off that corner side by side.
You got Bill Elliott right behind them in 6th. Jeff Bodine, last top 5 here was a 4th place finish in 1991. Been a while. Jimmy Spencer in the 23, that red and white machine. His best ever Rockingham finish was an 8th back in 1990. And this is his 18th time here in a NASCAR Winston Cup car.
His hometown is from Ellerby, right down the road, literally right down the road from this racetrack. Got a lot of friends and fans here cheering on the 23.
I don't think you can drive one in any harder than Jimmy Spencer just went into turn 3. That's just a second ago on the outside there. Went in, made up some 4 car lengths on Bodine just getting in the corner. Got a great run off the corner again.
There's Kenny Wallace, middle of your screen there to the inside, having just returned from the garage area. He's in 38th, trying to pick up a few more laps before this race is said and done. And by making 2 laps...
Contact Elliott and Bodine.
About gave me a heart attack.
Yeah,
That gave me one, too. I thought they were both going to wreck.
Look, if you don't yell like that, I'm going to put the back on the seat here.
That's 5th place on the screen. Gordon's lead is 0.8 of a second on Rusty Wallace. Good 3 wide battling middle of the field. You've got Jarrett, Terry Labonte there, Jeff Green, Ken Schrader, Craven. They're all looking for some running room.
Craven fished tails a little bit. He was very close to getting into loose shavings on the high side of the racetrack there.
Ray Evernham talking to Walt Green, the NASCAR official there in the background, trying to point something out. What he's pointing out is that my guy's about a second and a third ahead of everybody else. Mike Skinner's gone to the garage. Kenny Wallace has gone back to the garage. You know, by Wallace coming out and running 3 laps, he is going to finish 38th instead of 39th. Might be a difference or something at season's end. Side of 5 laps to go, now 4.
I know what the concern is right now. Jeremy Mayfield in the 12 car is just about 15 car lengths ahead of Jeff Gordon. Rusty Wallace in second is just behind him.
Interesting. Again, they're corporate teammates. Three laps to go. Matt, what was Ray Evernham concerned about?
Eli, he was concerned about the 12 car, not that the 12 car might intentionally block the 24, but he just wanted to relay to Walt Green if he could talk to the crew chief of the 12, Paul Andrews, and say, hey, look, we're coming. We'd appreciate some consideration.
And clearly, Jeremy Mayfield has let them go right by. Plenty of room between them all.
But that's heads up. I mean, Jeremy Mayfield's class act. He would never do anything like that, but it's smart of Ray Evernham to let them know he's on his way.
Ray Evernham leaves no detail unattended.
They're coming to the white flag. Jimmy Howell has it in hand. The white is in the air. One more lap around. 1 mile now remaining for Jeff Gordon. He started fourth. This will be his third Rockingham win and his 30th career victory. Of those 30 victories, 22 have been on super speedways. And he has now won 28 of the last 100 Winston Cup races. Jeff Gordon wins at Rockingham. Rusty Wallace second. Third is Martin Spencer. Great battles all the way down to the stripe. Unofficially, Gordon, Wallace, Martin, Spencer, Jeff Bodine, Bill Elliott, Jarrett, Labonte, and Craven in that order. High fives for the Rainbow Warriors.